It is. Who thinks it's a big surprise that he's here by 6 after?
You're all just haters.
No,
I'm just keeping it real.
we're,
I'm in a level of shocks when you show up on time.
I'm just keeping it real.
all right, here is the first problem. So I will send Jay, well, let me save
That's
this.
the beginning of the semester.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
It's all right.
Oh, let's do it.
I thought you were flexing today, right?
Or you're trying to get my test out.
I did like no putting on.
Last week.
What?
So I literally got my testing at 11:59.
I started looking at some of them, and I gotta finish up that way. I'm trying to get, I'll have everything, I try to have everything graded by 10 tomorrow morning, that way when you start the exam.
Wait, when are we taking it? Tomorrow?
Oh.
Yeah, we got a final, me and Steven tomorrow.
So that I was trying to do it where y'all didn't have to come on Thursday.
That was like when I was like 12.
I have it tomorrow and then Wednesday.
But I can't, I will say this, I can do this.
You know what, I seen, is your geometry, is this, your exam in trigonometry, right?
I think it's your next semester.
You guys have a final for trigonometry?
I don't take the break up. I think it's for calculus. I just gotta pass this.
I was like, yo, dude.
All I did.
You were all about that.
That's actually crazy.
Bro, like, look, I'm never gonna shoot it. It's down, but, you know,
Teacher chose.
yeah, I'm
Hell, hey, put your own goal.
That's what ours is. Here's your questions.
Alright, so I've got it on there now.
From what I was understanding.
Go ahead and get logged into Blackboard.
From what I was understanding. There's some, like, questions we didn't go over.
I guess he's dated.
Cause he's not on the committee to make the test
But
this year.
it's soft.
So like, you'll have to do.
And so.
There's some questions there that we've never gone over.
I'm trying to cram in all this junk.
It's a shiny for a test.
And thankfully, it's
Plan,
not,
it's planned.
Well, you said it was accurate. Take ours then. I wish ours was on this.
I don't know why we should have it today, but whatever.
I think
For the final
And we had,
tomorrow and
we
Wednesday.
have stuff to do tomorrow and then Wednesday.
Tomorrow's the test, and Wednesday is the instrument setup.
Do you think we're gonna learn any more math after we take that test tomorrow?
Dude, we're done learning. Whatever we've learned so far this year, that's it. We're done learning for the rest of our lives, actually.
Sounds like you're giving up.
What do you mean? Do you think you're not gonna ever see 171 again?
I don't wanna see it again.
Well, you will, because I'll say, I know you've seen that when we get into, like soils and foundations, we'll do some like back substitute and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's me with mine.
Yeah, I hope I don't see
I don't either.
So when's our exam again?
Hang on.
So the big exam tomorrow, and then I think from what I was understanding,
New word.
Wednesday's the setup of things.
Okay.
Still, yeah, no wobble. I mean, it's like, what you do zeros to do something else, I'm saying, come to class.
Oh, yeah, that test was due. It's due today at 11:15.
So I just sent, a response. What day for the final exam and the instrument setup? Would you rather have the final exam on Tuesday and Wednesday your setup? Oh, it is your setup, right?
You're wasting my time on school.
I chose number 2.
Or Tuesday setup, you don't have to tell me,
Oh,
and Wednesday final exam.
But you find.
Yeah, knowing you'll have some,
So I pick one of these numbers.
yeah, either, and I'm not gonna know who did what, so I mean, you don't have to tell. Either Tuesday do the final exam and Wednesday the final, it's supposed to be set up. I don't know if it'll let me.
So we know what you meant.
I have no idea.
I originally had it on the, I've had a, oh, so you may have to go back in. Oh, no, it's got, yeah, you have to go back in if you've already done it. So originally I had it on the calendar for Tuesday final exam and Wednesday setup. But if you want to flip it to Tuesday setup and Wednesday final exam, I'm fine with that. That'll give me a little more time to get your area stuff sent back. I don't have, I won't know who sent what, so you can do it however you want to. I'm not going to show who sent what. I'm just going to take. Looks like I've got 4 that still hadn't responded. So it still would put you not having to come on Thursday. That was kind of my, I normally do the final exam Wednesday and then the setup Thursday, but I'm trying to get y'all out of here before then. Still got 2 with the no response.
oh yeah, man, dude, I went to math class on Thursday.
Somebody else clicked number 1 too. Thank you, whoever that was.
Wait, you did?
Everybody else.
Hey, no, wait a minute.
You don't have to tell who
I just want to
clicked
get this
what.
damn test over with so we can get our changes and our transcripts.
It is not gonna matter, because the grades will not go in till Sunday.
And I have anxiety, so I don't want to wait longer to take the test.
Test grades won't go in till Sunday. At noon, because Blackboard keeps it open, or usually keeps it open. I'll probably have y'all's done before then, but Blackboard keeps the class open. All right, I have 1 person that hadn't responded that's in Blackboard now.
I hope so. I mean.
So we're right now at a,
3 to 4 or 5 find you, I will never help you again.
so do you want the final exam tomorrow and the setup Wednesday, or do you want the setup tomorrow and the final exam?
Is the setup happening outside?
Yes.
Let's check this weather too. This might persuade me.
It didn't like persuade you.
It might persuade me.
Well-
But both days it's supposed to be nice and warm, so it really doesn't matter.
It didn't start snowing that day.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
Whoever hadn't responded that's online needs to respond to the question. And don't try to respond to this question, because this is what I'm seeing on my response. Some try to click that and it's not showing, because I think that, where does it show up on yours?
It showed up, on the collaborate screen.
Where does it show up on the Collaborate speed?
So I exited out of
Well,
it was like a box that popped up, just like this.
Okay.
It's go, it should be right there. Really, really. Oh yeah, you already got it up.
Yeah. Oh. I appreciate that.
So 3 to 5 right now.
No! Wait. Rob Boy's still logging in. Hold on.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it does. You're 2 people. Don't worry.
Okay. So, yeah, it's still gonna take hold, so it's gonna be,
You just count,
I'm just gonna flip-flop the
everybody
days.
else is 1.
I mean, you're still gonna have to be here both days, and it's gonna flip-flop.
I don't even think it's gonna make it.
It gives you a little more time. If you're having to study for math tomorrow, it'll give you a little more time. Even though I did have the area test due tonight. Some gave it to me, but that area test is due tonight. That way that I can grade the area test and give it back to you for the final exam. So, so we're gonna go with, I'm back now to one, now who did this?
I don't know. I was like, it looked like someone changed the poll.
If I say
Who hasn't voted? Who hasn't voted?
No, somebody just went out, might have been, somebody, it had 5 to, I think maybe just one went out, so what happened? Okay, so we're still at 5.
days for each break.
All right, so let me go ahead and talk about this. Thank you for all that got their, test 5 in online Thursday night. I'd started grading those. I got a few more left to do. But you've got this area take-home test due tonight at midnight. If you bring it in at 12 or 10 tomorrow, that's fine. So you can either bring it in 10 tomorrow or due tonight if you add it in Blackboard. That way I can grade it, and I'll have it for you when you come in Wednesday for the final exam. So I'm going to change the final exam, and it's to actually not come on until it'll be due then on,
Is it an in-class thing? Final exam?
okay, so here's the thing. If you're, I'm gonna get it, we'll make it available at 10 a.m. Wednesday. Okay, so how that works. If you want to do it from home, you can do it from home on Wednesday, but you will not get a looky-loo. So if Wednesday you're not through by 12 o'clock, then they'll probably send you home with it. And then the due date would be 24 hours later. So my due date will be the next day, which will be the 12/08/22. So you would have to have it in by 10 a.m. on Thursday, since y'all aren't coming Thursday. Now there is 2 attempts, because usually sometimes somebody will do one and mess it up, and then before I get to grade it, they put another one in. So there is 2 attempts. And so the due date now will move to the make available. I'm making it available on the 7th, which is Wednesday at 10. So if you come to class for the final exam, you'll get a looky-loo. If you decide to do it from home, then you just won't have a looky-loo. So for the ones that didn't want to be in here, I don't care, as long as you have it in by 10 a.m. on Thursday. We good on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure you get the area stuff done, the area test done tonight by midnight. It's just a couple of problems. So I had kind of 2. I wanted y'all to concentrate on the test 5 latitude and departure, and then this one is just a 3 problem.
Was there test 5?
Yes, that was your latitude and departures.
Okay,
Yes.
gotcha. That's included in this one too, right?
No, it was due Thursday night.
Okay.
You, that's when you said you got in.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one was Philip, but then Rachel stole Philip's seat, so she's kind of like Philip or something, I don't know.
Mhm.
Charlie said she's gonna be gone all weekend, she's traveling.
So what?
There was a guy named Philip.
No, that's Philip now, because Rachel sat there and she took Philip's.
I asked him. So I never remember another dude named Philip.
He dropped.
Yeah, it was all that used to wear the Pittsburgh hat, and I was like, bro.
Oh.
First problem. If you want to write it down, first problem.
I don't know where he.
I thought you
He came
should.
here one day.
I got all the answers. What I need to do from now on, here's what I need to do from now on, is send the test out, the practice exam review, send it out ahead of time. And then if you have it done in class, go ahead and do it. But if you do it before you come into class, it makes it go quicker. But if not, then the ones that lag around and wait to the last minute to do it, then they're only gonna get like a little bit of heads up to watch it. But then I could hand it and let y'all work, like write your notes on it. So the reason I was thinking about that is I had an exam in Raleigh Thursday morning. And there was like a practice worksheet, like 4 pages. Well, I started doing the practice worksheet already before I even came in there. I worked all that I could. And then when I came in there and they gave you a blank one if I needed to put on there, but I already had it worked, but I saw some people didn't have it and they just kind of scratched something on there. I don't know if they were just that good at the exam and didn't need a practice. Because when I looked around, there was an hour-and-a-half time limit test, and every time I am one of the last ones to leave. Like 30 minutes, people like turning their test in. I'm like, so, yeah, 30 minutes they're turning their test in. So I mean, I worked. I was the third to the. There's 50 people. I was probably at least 50 people. I was the third one to the last to leave.
Which shows those people sometimes too.
They probably don't know it. Just turn it in.
Just to write it down.
Yeah. All right, so there's your first one. So I'm reviewing everything else but area. So I reviewed area on Wednesday. And y'all all remembered I wasn't gonna be here Thursday, right? Okay. Because I didn't send a reminder. I had to be in Raleigh at 7:30. I didn't feel too bad. I saw our part-time instructor there, and he was with some engineers from PwC. The question I was unsure of, they were too, but the one I chose, they said they think that was the answer.
So it's reassuring.
Yeah, it is when somebody says, you walk out and you're like, crap. And then they're all still in the parking lot talking. Much are still in the parking lot talking, so I was able to see and say, well, I didn't quite know about that one, and this is what I put. And they're like, yeah, we did too.
The bad part is like, oh no.
If we all were wrong, maybe then he'll curve. If everybody flunks, because you gotta make a 70 or above, and it's a handwritten test, and a guy from NC State, he grades it. He hand grades it. So it takes them.
No, her test that she took on Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah, I took a test from Raleigh Thursday. All right, first question. It's gonna be complete and check. So you've gotta check your notes to get full credit. This one's gonna be worth 10 points. So I do put points outside so you'll know. So complete and check your level notes. Keep it to 3 decimal places. All right, our beginning elevation, and I don't know if I put, okay, that's benchmark 1 is 555.11. An extra 1, sorry.
Oh, that really changed my answer now.
Yes, it will. You might be off just
What did we take?
I added an extra 1 to it.
Oh.
So your very first, when you set the instrument up, the very first reading is the back sight. Remember, back sights are plus.
556.
I do not have a plus beside the backside on the test. So if you want, when you get the test, put a plus beside it. I got in here plus and then minus. So if I take 555.111 and add that 1.862, that'll give me my first HI. So it's your backside plus, or your elevating plus your backside for your HI. I keep that HI on a top line by itself. Now from here it's repeat. So you'll take your HI minus your foresight. And then it just kind of repeats from here. Because you actually then pick up the instrument and your next one's a backside. 7.3 it is. I don't know why I broke 7.5. It was 7.3. I had it written down. Yeah, I worked all of these to go fast. So 552.319 plus the new backside is 6.733 gives me 559. Oh, yeah, 559.052. So it's just a repeat. You take the elevation of turn point 1 plus your backside to give you your HI. HI minus your foresight will give you your elevation for turn point. So if you come in to do the exam in class, you'll get a looky-loo, but still get a chance to turn it in at 10 the next day. If you don't come in Wednesday, then whatever you turn in will be just the way your grade is. So I don't care either way you do it. Some people don't test well in a classroom setting.
Yeah.
Yes.
And are we allowed to use our notes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, notes, your book, everything. That's why I'm making good notes. Now, you should be making good notes. Because that's any type of exam or any type of problems that we solve in surveying and engineering, you have a reference book or you have something to go by. You don't have to memorize all this stuff. All right, trying to get my next HI. What would I do?
Add it up to 6.
Yeah.
Backside.
So I'm just repeating the cycle. So my elevation at turn point 3 should be 551.476. Then to get the new HI, it'll be 551.476. You would add your 4.682 for turn point 3 to get a new HI. Then this minus your reading on turn point 4 would give your elevation for turn point 4. And rounding out to be our last one. First line shouldn't have anything on it, just one backside reading. From then on, you're going to have backside and foresights because they're term point, and then your end one will only have a foresight. So I'm wanting the elevation at BM2, benchmark 2.
Is your last HI?
Yeah, I think your last HI is about 515.76 miles.
I got something wrong.
You just run the number wrong.
Yeah,
I was like, wait a second, I got something different there.
I got 555.872.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
51.560. Are we, you might be answering my question. Are we doing one that has corrections on it too?
No,
Oh,
Yes.
no. No, but I do want you to check it, and that's it. So no for as for corrections, yes for checking.
Yeah,
Check
so
yes
add all
for
your
checking would be just your summations.
Add all your back sites, add all your foresights.
So if I check all of my back sites, I would get 24.879. And if I add all my foresights, I should get 28.43, excuse me. So the check would be
Is that 0.439?
0.43, yeah, 43. No, I just say 43.
Okay.
okay.
So I don't know if it just worked out to be an even number. 4, 5, 6 is 11, 7. Yeah, so it ended up being would be a 0. So the check would be your elevation beginning. Minus your summation, or excuse me, plus your summations of your back sites. Let's squeeze that in. And for the foresights, your summation of your foresights, you're going to subtract that number.
So you take your beginning elevation minus your summation of your foresight and backside.
Mm-hmm. So you take your beginning elevation, add your summation of your back sites, subtract the summations of your foresights, and you should have the same end elevation that you have in your chart. So that would let you know.
So I guess it's just following the signs.
No, this one's not. The only thing you would have to follow, there's not any signs. All you would have to do is just know that the foresights is subtracted. And so that would be, that's how you need to do a page check. Why do a page check? Is because then if your math is wrong, you will see it right then. You would know right then that you had a math check, that you did math wrong. You would know you did your math wrong. So that's the reason a page check. All right. Next problem. One like this.
I remember this.
So my benchmark one is 203.43. I do not have the plus and the minus for the back sights and the foresights, so you might want to put plus and minus over. I'm wanting the answer for benchmark 2. So the benchmark 1 plus my backside, which is 1.12, is going to give me my first HI. I'll go ahead and put it up here. And I don't care if you put it up here or you just, list it down here. So my HI minus your foresight for the next one, which is 7.20455 minus your 7.36 will give you the elevation of turn point 1, which is 20455 minus 7.36 should give me 197.19. Okay, to get the next height of the instrument, it'll be the 197.19 plus 0.55. Now, the good thing about this, if I'm flying through it today, you can go back and watch this and keep your notes later on at your own time. And it's not the review that's in Blackboard. There is a review, but it's from 2 years ago. So you would have to go to the 3 little bars under Collaborate to get to it. I'll show you before I leave. So you can go back and watch it because I probably worked some of the same stuff 2 years ago. But for yours, it's going to be under the Collaborate button and the recordings. All right, so to get the next HI, it would be the 197.19 plus 0.55, which gives me an HI of 197.74. So everybody needs to be in here tomorrow at 10 to do our instrument setups. If you want to practice for a few minutes and then you think you're okay, you want to just go ahead and go and get done with it. So if you do it, you're one of the first ones that gets done with it and you want to leave, that's fine. So you don't have to stay around. So whoever's like the first one that does it and they want to leave after that, they don't have to stay around.
Will we be setting it up at her point or just setting it up?
No, setting it up at your point. I'll just put a nail out there. So if you need to watch my video, remember it's in there and I have them directions in there too on how to do it. I would say you can watch the video just to get a. All right, so we're now going to the elevation for TP2. And TP2 is going to be our HI minus 0.78, which is it's 6.46 would give me my elevation of TP2. I got 191.28 for this one. Okay, and I'm going to get the HI for the next one. So it's going to be the foresight plus my backside. that's gonna give me 192.
I know I keep asking this, Missy, but how many questions are gonna be on the exam? By any chance?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But some are multiple, like have different parts to them. So this one that I'm working right here is worth 10 points.
No, like a stink eye, and I was like, don't you dare. She was one of them.
So if you do that with 10 times, you get one.
192.06 minus 7.69 would give me my elevation for benchmark 2. All right. Now, if since it's worth 10 points, I would check it really quick. I don't say you have to check it, but you could just total your back sites.
Just the backside.
Okay, hang on. We're gonna total them. So I'm gonna start with benchmark. And I'm gonna total my back sites. So I'm gonna add 1.12, my 0.55, and my 0.78, which gives me 2.45. Then I'm gonna total the foresights. And for that, I got 21.51. So I'm gonna put summation foresights will be, you add back sites, subtract foresights, but you would add all the foresights together. And then you should come up with the same elevation. And then that's kind of a check for here. Now, if it's it's worth 10 points.
What's worth 10 points?
That problem's worth 10 points on the test. So I would do, I would add my back sites and subtract my foresights. So if I add the 3 back sites, which is 1.12, 0.55, and 0.78, I got 2.45. And if I add the foresights, I got 21.51, and you subtract those, then you would know your math is right, instead of just make one mistake and it throws everything else up right. I do have a box for the answers, so when I ask the question that'll be above the figure, I have a box to put your answer. So your answer has to be in the box. I don't care if I see all of the notes, I'm gonna be looking for the final answer. So definitely I would check my back sites and foresights. That's just a check to make sure you're good. All right. Convert the following distance given in feet, and it is, let's see which one I got you. Given in meters to US survey feet. So I will definitely tell you if it's your US survey feet or if it's meters and I want US survey feet. What's the conversion for US converting from meters to US survey feet? It's on the page in the textbook. I'm gonna put a page number on it.
You can check this too, right? Your conversion factors?
Yeah, but that one's on it's on a page in the textbook, so I'm just gonna kind of put that page number in the textbook where it says 1.3048,006 meters is 1 unit survey fee. That would be page 23 of the textbook, so I'm gonna write page 23. Okay, so for that one, it's 0.3048006 meters equals 1 SFT. Boy. I see some that will maybe do, well, in the front it has 1 meter equals 39.37 inches. And then that's how many inches for the US survey fee.
So are you just multiplying that?
So I'll kind of do it both ways in just a second. To me, it's easier if I put meters and feet, and then I'm solving for feet. So 1 SFT goes on the top, and the 0.3048,006 goes on the bottom. Then I would know it's dividing, because that's meters. We want to cancel. If you were using what they had in the front, 39.37. I know I got it mixed up. 23.
Does SFT mean 1 square feet or 1 square feet?
It's survey fee.
Survey feet.
Survey fee. If it's SF, it'd be square feet, but it's survey fee. So it says in 1893, the U.S. officially adopted a standard where 39.37 was exactly equal to 1 meter. Well, and if I wanted to that would give me 3.20. So if I wanted to so also it is, I'll show you the other way, because I saw some of you do it the other way on the, if 39.37 inches is equal to exactly 1 meter. You divide that by 12, which would give you 3.2808333. And you could just multiply that, and you're going to get pretty much so the same. I kept it all the way out, and I got 13,548.4403, something like that's what I'm getting, but it's close. This one, they kind of round. This one, if we kept it in, would probably be the closer one. Same thing, so if you use the one on the front where 39.37 inches is 1 meter, you would just take your inches divided by 12, and that would give you 3.2808333, and then you could just multiply that by your meters.
The first way that you did it, could you keep the 6 at the end? Like, would you have to?
Yeah, you would need to keep that 6 at the end.
Okay.
So definitely, because if you're doing regular feet, it's 3.048. So you have to keep this 6 on the end that's on page 23.
So which one's right?
I would say this is more precise. If you did either way, because if you would have done the 0.3048, you would get a big difference because that's the regular feet, not US survey feet. And it's only because they probably rounded here in the textbook, whereas this, there's no rounding, 39. Either one you would get.
Gotcha.
Okay, because the other one would be off enough, they'd probably be off 2 feet or more.
Personally, I think I like the first way better.
Yeah, the first way.
Yeah, but I've seen some of y'all do it on the test the other way, so I wanted to go ahead.
Oh.
So we're going to, for the second one, for my second one, I'm just getting 738.296. 0.304806. So I'm gonna set it up just the way I did the first time. So for the second one, it's just another practice problem. And this would be SFT. What do you think? Not too bad?
Not too bad.
So there's 2 problems. Both of them are worth.
Oh, that's a 9.
So the 2 together are worth 2.5 points.
So they're worth 1 point each.
Yeah, roughly 1.25 each. Because I'm gonna do, so roughly 1.2. So you may be given US survey feet and have to convert it to meters. Then all you would do is just flip that conversion the other way. The US survey feet would be on the top, bottom.
That's what I did the first time. I was converting it back.
Yeah, just remember what you're given needs to be on the bottom. What you're solving for needs to be on the top. Remember the meters is gonna be less because there's 3 feet in a 3 feet in a meter, so your meter quantity is going to be less. So if I gave you this one in SFT, SFT, survey is called survey feet. And I wanted it in meters, Well, out of the conversion here,
Multiply it by that.
out of that one, what we're solving for goes on the bottom. I mean, what we have goes on the bottom. What we're solving for would go on the top. So this time we would multiply.
It was the opposite.
Yeah, if I give you survey feet and I want meters, you would multiply. So if I just go backwards. I get roughly 38.294, 295 if it rounds up. Off of that one 1/1000th. We have 296. And it's got to be in that right there. What are the following lengths in feet for the following blueprints? So what are the feet? What is the length in feet for the following blueprints?
9/12.
So if you go ahead and do 3 divided by 4, that'll get, so if I do 3 divided by 4, that gives me 0.75. I bring the 9 down, so that'll be 9.75, and then divide that by 12, which will give me 0.8125, and you bring the 30 straight down. So you would divide, because it's 9 3/4 inches. So you would have to add the 3 divided by 4, which would be 0.75. Add that to your 9, and then you'd be able to divide it by your 12 inches.
So that's decimal feet then.
Yes, feet, decimals of a foot. So that would be all feet. When I get house plans from the builder, their plans are inches. Like it'd be 12, because most of the contractors, but when I put it on my plans, I convert them. And that goes to the inspections department. They'll get it in decimals of a foot.
Makes sense.
Because that's what we're gonna be measuring, because our instruments are set up to measure decimals of a foot. It's not set up to do inches. To always convert my blueprint saver. So for 12 feet, 6 1/32 inch, 1 divided by 32, which gives me 0.03125. Bring the 6 down, and now I'm going to divide that by 12. Which would roughly give me 52. And then you bring your 12 straight down. So you would do your 1 divided by 32, which would give you 0.03125. And then you would divide that by 12, and then that'll give your decimals of a foot. You have to find the fraction. You got to do the fraction first, then add it to your inches, and then you can divide by 12. So just divide. Not bad? Okay. Convert 5.6874 hectare to acres. And then the other ones, I'm gonna finish these 2 and then we'll take a break. right. How many hectaacres, I'm gonna say front of the book. Yeah, how many hectaacres, how many acres are in 1 hectare?
2.471. I just looked it up.
Okay. 2.471 acres equals 1 hectare. So this answer is in, this, we're wanting it in acres. That's what we gotta convert. 5.6874. So this is in hectaacres. So the 1 hectare has to be on the bottom and your 2.471 acres will go on the top. So you would just multiply it by 2.471.
We just got 3 decimal places.
That's fine, 3. I don't know what you have, unless I specifically say, I'll, what, however you do it, if you did it 14.05, I would give it to you. The only reason I say, because really, if you, depends on, and we're not doing any significant figures, so all I want you to do is just at least put it to 2 decimal places.
So if all our answers basically?
So on on the front, like when I say you have to have, when I have the elevation, I could give it to you in 3 decimal places, you would have to. But I would keep most of these to 3 if I could, and then.
Sounds good.
All right. So actually, when I had figured that one, I actually had, I'll show you what I had. I had the whole number. When you got that, did you have the whole number? Was this your whole number?
Which one?
This one.
Yes.
That's kind of what I had. And that would have maybe been 5.4 actually. I did 5.6874 times 2.47. Got 14 point, no, I didn't get that. Oh, 2.4. 5.6874 times 2.471. I got 14.0535654. How many acres are in chain squares?
For gutter change,
Yes.
and a textbook is like 66 feet. No. Oh, no.
So we're in an area.
Oh, okay.
We're in an area, so 1 acre equals 10 chain squared.
So would you multiply it by 100 or?
No, you would just multiply your answer you have here by 10. Because this is acres, so acres, 1 acre went on the bottom, and 10, you're wanting 10 square chains, so you just multiply it by 10, which will be 14. Yeah, you could just move the decimal place 2 over. Just multiply it by 10 because it has 1 chain, 1 acre is 10 chain squared. So this is an area.
So it's 1,405.
Mm-hmm.
then wouldn't you be, that'd be multiplied by 100.
Change squared. I did not put my units on there, and I know that instructor in NC State said, if you have your units, you won't get it. It's change squared, you know, it's your square change.
5 by multiplying 14 times 10. Wouldn't that be 140?
Heck,
I got 140.
I got 140.
How do I square a chain?
Oh, I did have 140, sorry. I put my decimal place in the wrong. I did have 140.
Well, that makes me feel better about my.
Yeah.
So what do I link squared make a chain?
At least squared make 100 for the chain.
Yeah. There is 10 chain squares, 10 chain squared in an acre. Okay. If how many square feet are in an acre?
Well, look at
Square feet.
Yeah.
43,550.
How many square feet are in an acre?
That's
43,560 square feet are in an acre.
because it's like it's 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, so that's how many square feet.
An acre. So what I'm kind of wanting you to see is if you say, if this was 10 chain squared, if you did 66 times 66, you're gonna get 43,560. But remember, there's 10 of these. You're getting that same number.
Now 66, 66, that's the links, right? Is that the links?
Yeah, that would be one chain squared.
Right, okay.
66, because there's 66 feet in a chain. So I was just kind of, you're not going to have to know that, but just kind of giving you a.
I was just saying if I remember it.
Just remember, so 66 is something I know right off because I see it all the time on deeds. I see things in chains and links quite often.
You guys
All
ever
right.
work with Ferris a lot? Ferris?
No, but I do see chains and links. I've seen some other stuff, poles, rods. All right, so this would be your answer. So because we know that 1 acre is 10 chains squared, that's all. Once we got acreage, we just divide it times it by 10. Leave your decimal place one place. All right, break time. Go ahead and write the next one.
For the 12 feet, you divided that, and that's what you got. You got the 0.3125.
And then you bring your 6 down.
So you just divide the answer by 12?
Okay. So you divide out your decimals of an inch, divide that.
That's what I got. So I just.
And then you add that to your 30.
Oh, okay.
So that would be your answer, and then you would add it to whatever this was. So that would be added to your 12.
Okay, so it'll just be 12.5026.
5026.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Peanut butter and fluff. Peanut butter and fluff. You're in Northern, you know about it.
What's that?
Peanut butter and fluff.
I don't have it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and skip that one, because I don't have that on your exam. So I'm just skipping that one, because I don't have that on the exam at all together, so I'm just gonna skip it.
Yes.
Unless you
Those
need to.
ones suck.
Wait, this one, right? You don't have chains and links on there?
I do have chains and links, Wade. Would you want to practice with them?
You
Yeah.
got them on the test?
Yes,
Oh.
I could do it easy.
Cube the acre, cube the area, acres.
So what I'm gonna do is do 1/2 base time height first, because that's the area of the triangle. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this in chains and links. Let me do this. $9.25.
Multiply that by 10.
Even though this particular solving for area is not on it, but you do have a conversion.
Yep, it's due today. Yeah, like yesterday we made soup. It was like a big thing of soup this last all day.
I'm putting the red, don't look at the red right now.
Hey, I made some spaghetti. And I didn't have any meatballs, so what I did is I cut up smoked sausage, like meatball sauce, smoked sausage slices. And I soaked it in water and I made the spaghetti taste like really good.
Put bacon in it.
Spaghetti.
Yep, so what you do, is you cut the bacon, like, we have scissors. Cut the bacon up into little pieces about this big, half inch. Cook the bacon in a separate pan. Have the spaghetti going. And depending on how much grease the bacon makes, might want to drain some out, take the bacon and the grease, put it in the pan, put the sauce in there too, put it all together. And honestly, any day is the best time to do it. The bacon grease soaks into the noodles.
Yeah.
Dude, it is so freaking good.
When I have meatball, I want to be so big that it fills up the whole mouth.
We're not talking about meatballs at all. We're talking about spaghetti. When I make meatballs, I make them out of turkey.
Yeah.
I make turkey, but I put your traditional breadcrumbs, eggs, seasonings in there. But I also cut up little pieces of bacon too, and I put it in there so you still get that flavor from it.
Did you see what this person did? They took a bunch of sliced cheese and they stacked up like a whole pack of it. And then they took this square cut out and they wrapped the middle of it where it made like this cheese ring. And then they wrapped it in bacon and deep fried it. And it was like this cheese wrapped bacon.
I bet you it's so good.
Yeah.
I bet you the calories on that sucker is astronomical.
It looked so good. I was like, no, this is gonna kill me if I eat it.
It sounds so good. When I used to cook during the school year when I was in high school, I worked at a pretty fancy place. Like we had like lobster tail, filet mignon. So I learned a lot about sauteing and grilling and all that stuff. But when we would be bored, we'd take random things and put them in the fry station. So like beer batter, like we had like Guinness and cod that was beer battered. Guinness that night is special. We take like a Snickers bar and beer batter it and throw it in there. We take like Oreos and like just different things.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, some of the best things that we made, like we had a hazelnut cream sauce that we had for certain things, and some vanilla ice cream with some of that hazelnut cream sauce that we made. Oh my gosh, it was like the best dessert ever. One of our prep chefs, they did like all the desserts, and she made creme brulee on certain nights for the specials. It was the first time I'd ever eaten creme brulee, and it was so good.
So we've actually started making our own cheese, yogurt, and heavy cream.
Yeah, they're going full on, like Dawn of the Dead style or something, man.
And so we've actually been able to make like our own homemade like like the cheese balls that you have like the crackers in. Like we'll do those with like almonds and like bacon and stuff in them. It's like homemade cheese. Yeah.
I can't wait till I can get to the point where I can put up a chicken coop so we can have chickens, because I really want to have eggs again.
You heard of a gateway drug? Chickens are the gateway drug
I have. We had a bunch of chickens when I was younger, but that's where we stopped.
Yeah.
Our neighbors and stuff like that had a little farm, so we really didn't need to, but we had chickens.
That cow that we processed for ourselves, that was a 15-hour job. We were open from sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
We just like field dressed it, and we were like,
It's a big freaking.
all day long.
It's not like doing a deer. You can knock a deer out in like an hour.
Yeah.
Like build up, start to finish.
Yeah, it filled up 3 freezers, like 3 chest freezers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to buy a chest freezer, because I'm gonna want to store some stuff. We already have like the vacuum savers and everything, but I know I'm gonna want to store.
But we opened the fridge. We opened the fridge in the house. Ooh, and the only thing that's in there is milk. Milk, and I'm like, I'm not thirsty anymore.
I've seen tumbleweeds in your refrigerator.
Well, like Dad, we don't have enough room to put the tea that we just made in there. Straight milk.
good.
The good thing about chicken eggs is if you don't refrigerate them, then you don't have to.
Do you like milk when you speak?
Yeah.
So like, you
What?
just leave them in a basket.
Do
on
you
the counter,
like, just, do you like
or on a
regular
shelf,
plain old milk?
depending on how much your chickens are.
That's why I asked.
No. No.
It does give you a weird aftertaste.
Yeah. How many chickens you guys got?
We've got like about 30.
So they're putting out like 2 a day. Or now, maybe 1 a day. Yeah, that's what we had like 14 or 15, and we get about 1 a day from each of them.
Yeah. We haven't had to buy milk or meat during this whole time where everything's getting expensive. That's what
Hopefully you don't have to, because your family, they're gonna feel it, trust me. I go to the grocery store, I'll get like 4 things, and it's like $68.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
This is from Food Line, if you don't mind me asking?
It doesn't matter, man. Even Aldi's, dude. I go to Aldi's and I get like a couple things after your church, or a couple things like on the way home, and it's like $50.
it's that quarter that you put in the grocery cart, that's what.
That's what I really do like about them, and it's the genius behind it. Is like everybody returns their cart. Rarely do you pull into an Aldi parking lot and almost hit a cart. You go to Walmart or the Lowe's and Hope Mills is one of the worst ones.
No, you're just enticing the homeless to take your cart back for you so they can get the quarter.
They can have it where a lot of times I'll see somebody walking up and they're like, I'll give you a quarter for your cart. And I'm like, it's a quarter. You can have my cart.
That's what I do
You're
too.
saving me a couple steps anyway. So I already got my steps in today.
I always wonder why August does that.
And so they don't have to pay people.
For this
pick up
one,
their carts.
the worst you're gonna see on this one, so I asked compute the area in acres of a triangle. And I gave it to you in chains and lengths. The worst you're gonna see is how to convert it from feet from chains and lengths to feet. So I didn't even go from chains and lengths to feet because I already knew the conversion is 1 acre equals 10 chains squared. So I knew I could transfer it like that. So I did 25 divided by 100, which gives me 9.25. 6 chains and then 16 links would be 6 chains, 16 divided by 100. So you'd put a decimal there. Do not, if it's 7 chains and 2 links, do not give me 7.2. If you do that, you're giving me 7.20. So the answer is going to be off. Anything under 10, you have to put that 0 there. So if it's 7 chains and 9 links, it would be 7.09. 7 chains and 8 links would be 7.08. Because you've got to take the number divided by 100. So 2 links, 2 divided by 100 is going to give you 0.02. And then to get a distance, you would just, like for this example, 2 divided by 100 is 0.02. 7.02 times 66 will give me that much feet. These were easy because it's just 25 by 100, so you just put your decimal place in. And then to get the area is 1/2 base times height. So 9.25 and 16.16, which gave me the area in chains. And 1 acre is 10 chains squared. So I just put the 1 acre on top and 10 chain squares. And the answer should have been 2.8. But I didn't give you this one, that's why it's 2 point. But you do have some conversions, something like these, where I want it in feet. Okay.
Oh, would you mind going back for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I just have to.
I'll email these, or you can go back and.
Yeah, thank you.
gonna take this off and just keep it on the other page. If you look at page 170, it gives you how to, you're given a azimuth, how to convert to a bearing. So formulas for computing bearings from azimuth. What quad is A in? 2. So the bearing equals, so I'm just looking at the chart on page 170. Bearing is 180 minus the azimuth. If I'm asking for a bearing, I need 2 letters, south, east, quadrant 2. And my answer would have been 23 degrees, 22 minutes. Quad 3 is B. The bearing is going to be the azimuth minus 180. Southwest. Bearing is 2. That one's the easier one. 49 degrees, 44 minutes. Last one's in quadrant 4. So it's going to be 360 minus your azimuth. This one's quadrant 4.
Quick question. B is in quadrant 3, right?
No, it's in 2.
2.
Yeah, it's 156 degrees.
Oh.
So I know it's in quadrant 2. Anything from 0 to 90 is in quadrant 1. 90 to 180 is 2. 180 to 270 is 3, and 270 to 360 is 4. That would give me north 26 degrees, 27 minutes west. So the chart's on page 170 to look at for that one. Just, if you want to put your notes, see 170. Which I'll save these PDFs. I'll save these JPEGs and email them to you from today. All right. Convert the bearing to an azimuth from the north. I actually wrote a chart over here on my page. I put formulas for computing azimuth from bearings. Quadrant 1 equals the bearing. Quadrant 2 is 180 minus the bearing. Quadrant 3 is 180 plus the bearing, and quadrant 4 will be 360 minus the bearing. So I made it. So if this is in quadrant 1, yep. And you don't have to put a north in front of it because I asked you for the north. So you just need a number. Quadrant 2, it's going to be 180 minus. So, like I said, I'll send you JPEG that'll have that little table on it over there. If you want to look, you can look at that table if you're given you're given bearings and I want them in azimuths on the north, you could just plug them in that table. Find the bearing from B to C. This is my B to C. And C to D. North, south, east, west. What quadrant is A to B in now? This is quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4.
Quadrant 3.
Okay, so that's the angle. 83 degrees, 30 minutes, 08 seconds. Let me put that on there. What quadrant is B to C in?
2.
So that means that's what we're looking for. They gave us, I gave you the angle from line to line. So if I draw this up really big, so 157 degrees, 14 minutes, 33 seconds. We know because the line is in quadrant 3 that the bearing is the angle it makes from the south. And we know this is in quadrant 2, so that means we're looking for the angle that this makes from the south. So you could just subtract from your 83 and that'll figure out what's left over. Which I got 73 degrees, 30 minutes, no, 44 minutes.
25 seconds.
Yes. I kind of, what I did is I stacked it to where I did 157 minus 83, 30, 08, which left me with 73, 44, 25. So this bearing from B to C is going to be south 73 degrees, now I'm going to kind of draw that up big here. When it's in this direction, it was in quadrant 2, but if you're looking at the back azimuth, it's in quadrant 4 now. So there's the 73 degrees, 44 minutes, 25 seconds. And I gave you the angle from here back all the way around. There's your angle from north. What quadrant is C to D in now? 2, so the bearing is the angle it makes from the south. you simply can just add these two together and subtract out 180, and that leaves you with what's left over.
It'd be that 73 that you add. 196.
Yeah, I would add the 196 degrees, 00 minutes, 15 seconds. I would add that to my 73, 44, 25.
And then
Which-
subtract it from 180.
Yep.
Okay.
What if that number was over 90?
Then you would have done something wrong.
Well, we would have done something wrong, and it would mean it was in quadrant 1. So we would have to take 180 minus that number. So if you figure this number, thinking it's in quadrant 2, and you got over 90, then you would know that, because a bearing can't be over 90, then you would know it's actually in quadrant 1, and you need to take 180 minus it. If you can't quite tell what quadrant was in, just know a bearing can't be over 90. All right, I've got just a couple of, I'm gonna do the easy ones first, the 2 easier ones first. So I'm gonna skip over, now I'm gonna do the easy ones last. I'm gonna do the harder ones first, because I know if I give you, I'll do one of the easier ones just a minute. Okay, so now I'm looking for angles. Angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. If you'll go ahead and draw up north, south, east, west, that's 4 degrees, because it's in quadrant 2. This is in quadrant 1. And we're looking for this angle. So you would simply add the 2 together and subtract from 180 to get what's in between. Or you can do 180 minus what I did is I went ahead, and if I could add them together, I went ahead and added them together and then subtract from 180.
Would you get a negative number out of this?
No, because you got 180 minus 72 degrees, 21 minutes, 34 seconds, and then minus. So I wanted to take this part out and that part out and figure out what's left over. That's a straight line. I got 103, 1308. If you added them together, some of them I did add them together. I had 72 degrees, 21 minutes, and 34 seconds, and then add the other one. If your lines are in quadrant 1 and 2 or 3 and 4, you could just add the two bearings and subtract it from 180. If they're in 1 and 2 or 3 and 4.
You can do that.
Yeah. But you would add them and then subtract from 180. Now, like for the second one, so for angle A, I had 103 degrees, 13 minutes, 08 seconds. For this next one, this is in quadrant 2. So that's your 03. This one's in quadrant, it's northeast, so it's southeast, so it's in quadrant 3. To get the angle in between, you would just simply add those two. So if they're in 2 and 4, if they're in 2 and 3 or 1 and 4, you would just simply add. So I got 75, 40, 01. See, here's one of the ones. This one's in quad 4. So this is one just like angle A, but it's flipped. So you've got one in angle 2, one in quad 3, and one in quad 4. So you would add them and subtract it from 180.
So it's just like the one that you did for angle A.
You know how we had to add them and then subtract them from 180. So if your 2 are in 1 and 2 or 3 and 4, you just simply add them and subtract them from 180. But if they're in 2 and 3 and 1 and 4, you just simply add them. So if I did add those two together. See, did I add those? No, I just simply said 180 minus them, just to have to be only put them in the calculator. So if I take 180 minus the 89 and the 03, I get 87 degrees. I could have just added those two and then subtract from 180. I could have added the 89 and the 3, which would roughly, but you can't you got to add the degrees, the minutes, and the seconds. But just to be able to put it in the calculator one time. Last ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is in quad 1. This is in quad 4. So what would I do? to get this.
Oh, what's in quadrant 1 again? I'm sorry.
This one, the 89.
Oh,
So I've got one in quadrant 1 and one in quadrant 4.
Yeah.
Just add them together. So I probably have a box for you to write the angles in. So how can I tell if I'm right or wrong?
Number of sides.
Minus 2 times 180. So number of sides 4 minus 2 is 2 times 180. So these should,
well, that's number of sides.
Number of sides minus 2 times 180.
so if I added these, you should get 360. Good thing about this, if you miss one, it's not a domino effect all the way around. Okay. These are the ones that I'm talking about as for the sum of the interior angles of a closed polygon. Let me show you. For sum of interior, it's number of sides minus 2 times 180. For exterior, it's number of sides plus 2 times 180. So 6 minus 2 times 180 for 6-sided. 9 minus 2 times 180 for a 9-side. So this one, I expect, I have had one of my best students came in and took the exam in class and missed that one, missed some of these. I was like, really? Got everything else right? And I was like, you need to look again. You can, like, a looky-loo means you need to look again at that problem. 720. Speed up. I'm only going to do one of the next ones.
So is there going to be area stuff on the exam?
Yes, but I went over that last Wednesday. All right, if it's 4 sides, number of sides plus 2 times 180, 720. So if I ask for in exterior, it's number size plus 2. If it's interior, it's number size minus 2. So 10 plus 2. What'd you get?
I got 1080.
It is. I just looked at something else. It is 1080. I looked at that one up there again.
She was seeing who's still awake.
That one.
Not him.
This one. Marcus sleeping?
It looks like it.
Marcus.
Yeah, he's sleeping. At least he's not snoring. I have had one snore. All right. All right. So page 241, what's the misclosure? I give you 5 angles. What's the misclosure? First, you need to do number of sides minus 2 times 180. So they should equal 540. All you do is total them up. So if I total them up, I got 540 degrees, 00 minutes, and 11 seconds. The answer would be 11 seconds.
So we don't have to do any conversions or anything for that, it's just that simple? Okay.
It's not same for the other slides, Rich?
Mm,
Number of slides?
yeah.
Where's the E?
It's just the hard part is putting that in the calculator. That's the hard part, just putting it in the calculator. So if I give you 4 sides and you add them all up, I'm looking for misclosure. If I gave you 5 angles, it would be 5 minus 2 times 180. So I give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 angles to add together, and I just want to know the misclosure.
Just 9.
Now, because we cannot do, and I did get something like this, an example of like this on my test, where to save time, they gave us latitude, departures, and links, something like this, but didn't give me, and I'm thinking, how can I solve this? You're not giving me. Well, can you give me the error of latitudes? Just simply add them up. So your chart will kind of look something like this, to where I know we can't do everything. You just sum them up.
-0.24.
That's what I done.
How about totaling these up? 136. 0.36. I'm listening to y'all. I don't see where I printed that. I probably can look. I've got it printed. I mean, I probably have it solved on them. Okay. So this is my latitudes. This is my departures. How can I get linear misclosure and relative precision?
Pythagorean theorem.
Square root, flat squared, plus departure squared.
Squared plus B squared.
The formula is not on the test.
We got this for the,
Yeah.
Formula's not on the test.
No, the formula's not on the test. I'll tell you what I will do. I will give you, I'll tell you page, I'm telling you page 245 now. Yeah. So give me what you got there. I'll punch it in. What do you got?
I got 0.43. That's that.
Even?
Yep.
yeah, 0.43267.
Yep.
.4326 or 267. I'm gonna keep it all the way out just for a minute. Can you give me the sum of the sides to do relative precision? 1200. All right, 12, so I'm gonna do this divided by 1200, and then do the x to the minus 1 of the second, your answer. Oh, that didn't come in. Once I got that, I should have done the x to the minus 1. I'll finish this up, and then, and then you do x to the minus 1. It's that relative precision. So you should have 1 over 2773. You got to do, once you take the misclosure divided by, and divide by perimeter, or traverse length. That's that 0.43266,153. I'll finish this one out, and for those that need to go ahead and leave, I can finish it out real quick, because I know some of y'all have class. Divided by 1200. And then I get a really, really small number. And y'all, some of y'all say, I don't know what to do with that.
605.
But it's still -4.
So what is this?
Just hit the x over 1.
The x over 1?
Yeah, just hit answer, and that x, or x to the minus 1 right there. When you get that point, when you get the 3.6055 to the minus 4, just do when you get the answer, just hit x over 1, enter.
Okay, did you get 2773?
Yes.
Oh, let's go.
The easier way to do it is you can take the 1200 divided by your small number, and then just put that number over 1. Take the big number, 1200, divided by misclosure, and put that number over 1, because it's still got to be over 1. You're going to get the same answer. If I do 1200 divided by 0.43, I think, okay, 2661531, I get 2773.5. Well, I want it to the nearest whole number, round down, never round up. So the answer would be 1 over 2773. That's your accuracy. That wouldn't have been good enough to keep going, because it's less than 10,000, but they want you to adjust it. And the only thing you need for the adjustments are your error of your latitude, your error of departures, and your lengths. So if I went and did, remember the formula that's on page 10.5, or page 247. Departure is your total departure misclosure, Travis perimeter, time the length of A to B. There is a negative. There is a negative number right there in that misclosure.
You have to remind myself that that's It's always there.
It's always there on both of them.
See it all.
Thank you, Missy.
I see it, bro.
I'm just gonna finish it out.
That's about your calculators, Chrissy.
Yeah. It's right there. I'm gonna get the other one out then. 'Cause
All right, Missy, have a good one.
Okay, you too. So you've got to do each one of these. Let me see if I have that answer already figured. I may or may not. Because on my sheet, I might not have got to it. Let me look real quick. Let's see if I got the last one.
Change in X, change in Y. X. That's why it's gotta be.
Okay, so I did do it right here. So that's what it would look like. So remember, let's see. So I kind of went and put the formula here, but here's what your chart should look like.
I kind of missed on the, if you're doing a tan inverse of a direction, it's never more than 90, right?
No, it wouldn't.
So you'd have to like calculate it from that point, like, is it bearing? Okay, a bearing would never be, oh, I see, okay.
You'd be change of X divided by change of Y. Did you maybe put Y on top instead of X? I probably, since it's not due tonight, you probably, it's not due tonight. I don't know if I have a second attempt in there. Do you want me to look? This will be the chart that you guys need. What I'm going to do is save this one, and then they'll give y'all this last one that has the 0.10, and it has how to balance it. And then you would just add these two together, keeping your signs. So for the
Northeast and southwest.
So I'm gonna just do a recap. So the formula for misclosures for latitude would be total latitude misclosure divided by perimeter times the length of the line. So it would be a negative 0.24 divided by 1200 times 400. There's a negative outside, so those now are positives. So if it's negative down here, it's going to be a positive 0.08. This will be positive 0.06. This will be a positive 10.10. If I don't, let's see. a lot of times I'll tell you that I didn't tell you, I only gave you it to 2 decimals, so you didn't have to do anything extra on this one. To keep it, because I only gave you the answer in 2 decimal places. So if you'd have gave me 0.32 for that one, I probably would have been okay. Now, if I do departures, the only thing that's going to change out for departures, it'll be the 0.36 divided by 1200 times 400. Total departures, traverse. So that'd be a negative.
What's the, to make a payment, for financial services, or, for my bill? Where is that at? Is that at bank or,
Hang on a second. So if I did that one, these were negatives because there was negative outside. So I had a negative 0.1208 and there, and just simply add them together and you should get 0. If you don't, you got something wrong.
yeah. Yeah, these you kind of have to carry out 2 decimal places just 'cause.
Yeah, I gave it to you, and I don't know, I'm gonna look real quick what I gave it to you in. I only gave it to you in 2 decimals, so all you have to do is keep it in 2 decimals.
Yeah, it's really.
Okay, so I need 13.
So that's actually pretty precise measurement.
Okay, so I'm just gonna save.
You got some time later on?
No,
Not today.
no, not today. I teach. So tomorrow would be a good time if somebody's still, because since I'm not giving it to you till,
Wednesday.
yeah, till Wednesday.
Not giving us up to what till Wednesday?
This on Wednesday. We're doing a setup tomorrow.
Wait, we're not taking the test tomorrow?
No, we're gonna do it on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
I did a thing in Blackboard earlier and did asked them what day.
Did anybody else's electrical stuff go bad yesterday? I mean, over the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll come see you tomorrow after class.
Yeah, that's fine.
So tomorrow we're doing what?
Instrument setup.
Okay.
Did you email your location or
Should be able to
specify
go.
that?
This thing?
Yes.
No. That's what I want to ask you about. That's what I want to ask you about.
I know you. Yes, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'll look at it. I'll give it back to you.
I emailed you 5.
You did. I got it. I printed it out.
I have numbers on there.
This is going in my folder.
I
Right.
have numbers on there that didn't make any sense to me.
Do you want me to look at it right now? Or you gotta pick up your?
All right, thanks, Ms. Kathy.
I have to stop. If you got a second.
Yeah, let me stop.